20 seconds, guys. Let's get it. Here we go. Yes, modern. Their rotates are fantastic. Let's see how they do it here. Now, this is Moderate Expectations. They're a company that transferred in. I don't know from what server, but they did transfer in, but they were able to make a name for themselves by taking Brightwood. So we're going to be exiting the gate here. And it looks like this is the B gate. This is the front gate. Getting a little stuck on people. They are going out right out here to B. It looks like they're going to be trying to position between the rotates. They're getting us fanned. So they're fanning out a little bit. They are fanning between the left and right side of B and pushing straight into the fort side. That is going to be the goal right now. They have some people pressuring point, but you can see most people are on this fort side. They're looking around the sandbags. They're trying to fan out and spread Moderate Expectations thin. This is really good. He's applying a lot of debuffs. This is a really good. He's actually doing a really fantastic job here. But the defenders are getting pretty good pressure on their war camp side. The war camp side is starting to get hit pretty good. Xanto going down. This is not looking good for Moderate Expectations. You see A ticking. A is ticking as well while B is ticking too. Now you got, this is not a good situation if you're Moderate Expectations. If you are yellow defenders right now, it is not good. A is looking like it is almost at 50% while B is ticking too, and it's at almost 30%. Respawns just came out. They have 2 points to be looking about. If I was the defenders, you want to know. You got to think. You got to wonder, which one are you going to be defending right now? Both of them are looking like they're about at 50. It looks like the A push might be dying. The A push might be dying, but the B point is strong. B is strong. They are funneling outside this fort, and they're all in front of this point. The defenders need to try and start getting some clump kills because defenders just might start making a comeback here. He is providing good pressure. He's providing some really good pressure. B is ticking. B is at almost 65%. B is still ticking. A is still at around 30%. They might be taking B here. Defenders really have to start getting some kills, and it looks like defenders are starting to clear the point. It looks like the attackers are starting to have to position more towards the war camp side, and he is down. LMK is down. So defenders doing a good job at repelling the invasion, and they are pushing them to their war camp. That is what you want to do. You want to get these guys off the point and push them to the war camp. That is the goal. They got respawns up in 3 seconds. If you're defenders, you want to try and get you now. Right now you want to start getting some kills. C is ticking. A has a little bit. B is dying. The influence on B is going to be dying right now. C is ticking to about 20%. Let's see where the respawns go. Let's see where they want to reinforce. It looks like they're probably going to try and reinforce B. Let's see how it goes. C is still ticking. Reinforcements are going B. They're going to be playing the point. Look at this big clump on the point. They needed some Gravwells over here on this side. Attackers need some Gravwells. They're doing a good job getting a couple kills. C is still ticking at this time. C is at about 40%. They are pushing into their fort side. You can see with these new respawns, people are now just funneling outside the fort, running straight to the points. They are not spawning on point anymore. For anybody who did not know, they do not spawn on point anymore if you're defenders. I thought this might be more of a significant change, but it looks like defenders still are able to have a good amount of agency. They're just funneling in from this fort side. Attackers really need to start getting some influence, getting some kills so they can actually start ticking this point at B, since they have so many resources devoted to B right now. That's a really good, wow, LM Kim right there with a really good orb. That orb was extreme. That Oblivion was a little questionable, but that orb was really good. Good ice wall, and he got hit from the back. We got respawns coming up in 1. It looks like C and B were ticking a little bit. B still has a little bit of ticks. We're about 4 minutes into the game. B is ticking still at about 25%. It looks like they're making the call to still reinforce B. They are reinforcing B. It looks like they have the agency on the point. Markoloff there, extremely good mage. He is going to be pumping damage. Shout out to my boy. It looks like a lot of the defenders are on the fort side. A lot of them are on the fort side. B is ticking. It is at 50%. That's a couple kills for the attackers. They're layering the ice. They're trying to finish up the kills. So right now, the attackers are trying to get as much kills as they can so they can continue taking the point. Defenders doing a good job at trying to ward them off. It looks like there's a lot on the point, a lot of defenders on the point, and a couple defenders on the war camp side. Attackers committing to this fort side because that is where they're coming from. They are coming from their camp. And LM Kim dies. He dies, and it looks like that. You can see Daddy Stales over there on the point. Bruiser for defenders. They have respawns coming up in 1, and they're trying to jump on this point. Defenders are trying to defend B, but we we can see on the death cam, looks like C is ticking as well. B is ticking up to about 65%. C is ticking to almost 50. This is getting interesting. You have to be careful. If you're defense right now and you're all spawning in the fort, you don't spawn on the point anymore. You have to wonder, what point do you reinforce? It looks like reinforcements are going over to B, and B is still ticking to about 75%, and C is at about 50%, guys. So defenders making the call. Defenders are making the call to get on the point, but it might have been too early. It might have been too early. I think it was. The attackers are doing a good job of clearing them off. Now attackers, be careful. They have to clear around the point. Make sure it's clear, and it looks like they are going to take B point. Can they get it? They got B point. This is a horrible position you in if you were defenders. If you're a defender right now, you do not want B point to be the first point that's taken. It creates a horrible situation where it is hard for you to choose. It's like a tug and war. So this is looking very bad. C still has some influence. Right now, the calls are probably like, okay, what's next? Where do we go? What's the next move? Right now, they're focused on kills. They're trying to get kills outside of the point. This is very interesting, guys. B point is taken. Mastah's pride coming out strong. The first point taken is B. It looks like they're making the call to go A. It looks like some people going A. It's probably a split pressure call. C has about 25% on it. Kin going in. He misses the scream, going for an oblivion. They're trying to jump on the point. Right now, they're trying to get split pressure. So if A gets pressured right now while C is getting pressured, you have to make sure. You have to make sure that you're getting that split pressure at the same time, because then defenders can just all jump on one point at once and clear you. But they're creating a split pressure right now. So A and C are both ticking, but it looks like the influence at C is going down a little bit. A is getting it. A is having more influence getting stacked on it. You're going to start seeing more defenders come here. Notice the influence is not taking on C anymore. Defenders are coming here, but that's a pretty solid wipe from the attackers right now. Defenders trying to make a counter push on that clump. That's a really good orb in that clump. That is very important. Thank you for the follow, KSI Death Row. It's appreciated. A is looking at about 65%, and the attackers doing a fantastic job at clearing this. They cannot get to the point. The defenders are panicking right now. They cannot get to the point. C is taking a little bit, but A is at about 80%, 85%. No more spawning on the point, and it's showing moderate expectations are in shambles right now. A point is taken. 7 minutes in the game. A and B point are down. Moderate expectations. Your expectations were way more than this. We are at 7 minutes in this game and you're getting roasted. You have to be, you are very cautious right now. This is a new thing whenever it comes to the way defense respawns are. As soon as you lose that pressure on that point, and if they're focusing the right pressure points, you will not be able to just spawn on that point and stop the tick. You have to get people, you have to get bodies on that point. Right now they're pushing in the fort side. They're trying to make a statement. Push in the fort side. Make sure that this is where a lot of their respawns are coming down. You see some cannons being shot. You see some muskets from the wall. This is going to be a 50v50 brawl for this C point right now. Rexy, everybody knows him on the server. Everybody knows Rexy. He's one of the best mages. He gets out of there. He's going to be back in the fray. Kim getting shot a little bit here, trying to get out, trying to get back to some heals. A lot of attackers dying on this fort side right now. He's got to get out. He only has a haze pot. Yeah, I think he's dead here. He is dead. Not too bad. They have 22 minutes to play with right now. They have 22 minutes to play with on this point, and that is exactly where you want to be in an attacking position. You are going to constantly be funneling into this area. How you would approach the area is going to be important. Defenders have to make sure that they are not ticking that point as much as possible. Respawns coming up now. Respawns are coming up. They're making the call. They're like, guys, get haze pots. We got to get there. We got to start running it. Yep. There it is. 5 haze spots. They're getting there. They got to run in. They got to start taking the point. Let's see where the defenders are focusing. Let's see where the attack. Whoa, an ICUI glitch. Thank you, Amazon. Jeffrey Bezos. All right, we're going in. He dropped some ice on the point. They're looking a little scattered right now. Now, this is a thing. That's a pretty good oblivion. Now, this is a problem whenever you're on attack and you're on a final point. Things start getting scattered. Things can be scattered very fast. You have to make sure you're still having focal points. You're still having pressure points somewhere. Right now, he's getting a little beat up, but it's okay. He is dancing around. You have 21 minutes left in this game, and Mastah's pride, with the help of some TC and a lot of other purples, are coming out strong against moderate expectations. The expectations, honestly, for defense, this is a really good grab. Sick wipe right now. That is a big wipe for attackers. You got to think how you got to start ticking off of that. After getting about 4 or 5 kills, you have to start try your best to tick. Him going down is not good right now. They're making sure, the defenders are making sure that they have pressure on their forest side. So by having pressure on their forest side, they are not in a situation where every side feels like it's at a loss. They are keeping this pressure on this side, so they are not going down at all fronts. Respawn's coming up now, and you see a little bit of C is ticking right now. Not a whole lot. The point doesn't look like it's getting a whole lot of attackers on him, and the defenders are just warding him off in general. Right now, it looks like defenders are making the call to push him into their camps, into the road, and they're focusing that forest side. Look, you can see the attackers and defenders fighting on that forest side sandbags. There's about 10 of them over there, getting a ton of pressure though. Defenders, that means they're putting a lot of focus over there. If they get wiped, they can look like they could possibly lose the pressure on the point. But look at the point. There's barely anybody on the point. There is a group of defenders on there, but you can see right now the call from the attackers is to pressure around the point. Now this is a thing. It's all great. Getting 2 points is fantastic. It is great. But when you are in a final point situation, you need, Eugene giving a little sack attack. Whenever you are in this final last point situation, you need coordination. You can't just keep going in there and hoping that you're going to win these fights. Coordination is key. And you can see some of the defenders having time to just buy on the point. It looks like they're calling for a regroup. It looks like Mastah's Pride is calling for a regroup right now. 19 minutes left on the clock, and I think a regroup has been called. Defenders free time to just even buy on the point right there. And you can see it looks like they're making their push in now. It looks like they're making a push in from the road. They're focusing the fort. Big clump right here. Big grab, big grab. Drop that Oblivion. You need an Oblivion on that point. A couple of the defenders are dying there. Defenders, it looks like they're on their fort side as well right now. Markelov trying to pump as much as he can. LMK getting chased down. This guy, he is getting targeted. He is just getting chased. He is getting out of the fight. He is down again, but the respawn just came up. Not bad. Honestly, if you die, it's fine to die with 2 seconds left. That is a good situation. We have 18 minutes left on the clock, and they haven't, right now, Mastah's Pride haven't been able to give much influence on this point. You need more of a coordinated attack. You need to have more of coordination for this last point. You cannot rely on simply being stronger than your opponent. You got to be coordinated. Look at how many defenders are there. They are all there. This is a 50-man army that you are approaching, and it looks like they're calling for the full reset. Now, this is smart. This may look troll, but this is very smart. The only way that this is not smart is if defenders push into you and actually start getting picks, but defenders making the call, hey, hold your ground, form a stance here. Do not let these guys approach this point whichever way they want. Full regroup has been called, and it looks like they're about to engage on this point. They're calling for the engage. They're going to have a split engage. They're going to have people in the rotate. They're going to have people on the roadside. It looks like defenders are trying to decide where do they want to go from. Do they want to full on attack the road? They got to grab on the road. You got to be careful. You got to be careful here. It looks like the attackers are getting wiped on the fort side. So now that they're getting a little wiped on the fort side, this puts the people who are attacking on the road side in danger. And you can see LMK goes down. And because that pressure on the fort side was squashed so fast by the defenders, the people on the road side / the war camp side was not able to provide that counter pressure. You have 15 seconds on the respawns, and a lot of the attackers are going down. Defenders repel the attack from Mastah's Pride. Moderate Expectations doing a good job right now. They lost 2 points early, but they're doing a fairly good job at holding off this last C point. Respawns coming up. Let's see where we're at. We got 16 minutes left on the clock. C point still up. Let's see are they calling for a full regroup again, or are they just going to go back to their trickle in? What's the point in a regroup if you're just going to go back to a trickle in right after? It's going to turn into what was happening before the regroup. So you have to wonder, is that what you want to do? You got to wonder, guys. You got to wonder. It looks like they're trying to push on the fort side right now. Fort side going down. That was a pretty good orb. Getting those orbs and stuff like that, getting those debuffs on them is really good. Even doing this, Rin's on the point, all that good stuff. It looks like attackers are making a force to get onto the point right now. Cannonballs going out. That actually is really bad if you're on attack. You don't want to be hit by those damn things. And a couple kills too from the defenders. Tute with the sack. Tute hit him with the quick little tap, the little double tap in the mouth. He's just a little salty. LMK might be tasting that one a little bit after this war, but maybe he is. Who knows? We got 15 minutes left. We got 15 minutes left in this war, and 2 points are down, and they're all in this sea. If you ask me what needs to happen in this situation, the trickle in effect that is trying to happen from Mastah's Pride right now is not going to work. You have to do that regroup call, and you have to make sure that one of the sides is winning. You have to make sure, and you can't go in, the other side can't go in if the other side lost, because then they're just going to rotate and kill that side as well. And he gets into it. He needs to drop his Oblivion. Okay, he's entombing first, and Oblivion right now would be good. He needs to swap and go Oblivion. Not bad, but he needs an Oblivion now. You need to win that clump fight. And there's so many grabs from the defenders. You got Strat on LM Kim. You got Paranord, or whatever the hell his name is, trying to get a scream off. He missed. He's backing. He's running back. He's trying to hide. He's making sure nobody saw that. LM Kim getting a double on Rexy and Tio. Rexy goes down. He gets killed almost instantaneously. It's a big damage source from the defenders here. Good grab from the defenders. Defenders could be clumping right now. I need to see an Oblivion or an Ice on that clump. Need to be quicker than that. It looks like they're trying to make the call to get onto the point. Right now, LM Kim focusing point, but nobody else is really on here. Attackers looking a little spread. You got to start getting some big clump kills. It looks like they're calling to kill people on the side, the mages, the healers, the people that are a pain in the ass, and they're just sitting far out, and they're getting damage, and they're healing, and they're killing. And this is a good grab. You got to watch out. All right, it looks like they're making some leeway on the point, but it looks like there's no pressure on that fort side. I don't know if that's enough pressure to make sure that defenders can't get back to the point. It looks like they're trying to just clear these people out on the road. It is very interesting to see. We had such a strong showing in the first 2 points, but right now, Mastah's Pride struggling hard to get this final point. Oracle Light, thank you so much for the follow. It is appreciated. Going in for the combo. Psalm's about to get... Oh, he is out, but he might die for it. LM Kim might die for it. Renzo going for it, but LM Kim gets a heal. Renzo probably just needs to back up out of here, out of this fight. Renzo, you got to back up out of those fights. Where's your team? You're out there. You're Mr. Solo Dolo. It is not going to work like that. And just like that, attackers slowly starting to get pressure on this point. Attackers getting pressure on the point. Defenders trying to stop them, trying to push into their road, trying to push into that side, but attack it. But C point is ticking. C point is looking at it. It's about 25%. This is good. This is good. You have to be looking at the point, and you have to be looking at that fort side. What's that fort side looking like? Good kill there. You got to start getting some clump kills. C point is ticking at 25, and that's not a bad kill on Chris Turk. Chris Turk goes down, a couple counter kills. Wraith goes down as well. And it looks like defenders are getting a semblance of organization from this tree side. And they are all going onto the point trying to ward them off. Defenders have to be careful though. If they go on too early and the attacker's call to kill the clump, you have to be careful. Ice, that's a big grab. If they wipe that could be deadly. It is deadly. Drylip Dom hashing and slashing in that clump. Now, right now, you can see the respawns coming in from the rally point. This is good for the attackers. This is good. They're trying to clear out the roadside, but the respawns just came in for the attackers. It looks like defenders are trying to clear the point. The defenders pushing into the road. And it looks like there's no more ticking on the C clump. It looks like the moderate expectations are defying the expectations right now off this early game. And they're warding off Mastah's Pride. They're doing a fantastic job. Scream goes down. Blizzard goes down. You start seeing your homies die. You're like, no, I got to get out of here. LM Kim's thinking that too. I'd be thinking that. I'd be trying to dip. You got to dip. You're going to be next up on the line. You got to do some fancy feet right now. You got to try. You're in the horde. This is not good. You got to dip. You're out of stamina. He pops a haste. He's out of there. He's out of there. We got 11 minutes and 30 seconds. That was a good push from the attackers. That was really solid. Carnage goes in for a grab. You see him off on the side. It looks like LM Kim struggling here. He entombs. He's going to try and get out of here. He's ducking. He's diving light mages. Busted as hell. That roll is strong. And I'm not sure what the respawns are, but you got to be wondering. You got to be wondering, how are you going to start getting pressure on this point? You got about 11 minutes left. They had a really good push right there. They are focusing the rotate. Rotate is being focused right now. She's caked. She's caked is on. She's overextended if you ask me. But no hard CC able to lock her down. Oh, I lied. This could be a kill on She's Caked out here. She was a little overextended. I think they might live for me. This is a good clump on the fort side. It's a good clump on the fort side. Not able to get a whole bunch of kills off of it, but it was a sick grab, and we all like looking at that. 10 minutes and 30 seconds left. Rexy goes down again. Best mage on the server, Kappa. No, I'm kidding. All right, big clump right here in the grab. Big clump. It looks like defenders are able to survive that clump. Another big clump. You need to see, yep, that Oblivion needed to go down a little bit earlier from LM Kim there. Still gets the kill though, still looking fine. Now, right now, you can't have your back to this door. This is one thing people are going to have to start getting used to. You can't have your back to the door. If you put your back to that door, people respawning outside the fort are going to come and destroy you. It looks like Mastah's Pride is putting a lot of pressure on the fort side. They're putting a ton of pressure on this fort side to try and stop the respawns from hitting the point, because that is where all the respawns for moderate expectation is coming in from. But there's no pressure on the point right now. Good scream, good orb right there. It looks like they're looking for some clump kills. This is a pretty spread fight. You can tell these are some very good players. You can tell that there's good players on both sides here. Not everybody, you're not seeing a whole bunch of clumps where people, like 20 plus people are dying. Sometimes you see that in these wars. Good scream on Rusty Privates. God, these names, bro. Good scream, good scream. He's stuck in a wall. This is deadly. You don't want to be stuck in a wall. Ice wall completely busted. You can tell Helen Kin's like, bruh. Eugene going in for another sack attack mid-war. How much sacks does this guy have? He is just half trolling. I don't know what is going on with Eugene over here. We got respawns coming up. This is an interesting war. It's still anybody's game. You guys may not believe it, but it is still anybody's game. As soon as you take this last point, when respawns are looking at about 40 to 50 seconds, you can bust that door down in easily 30 seconds. It looks like all their respawns are going straight to the point. This is good. If I was attackers, I would be saying it looks like, okay, he's going for a solo kill. Damn, LM Kim melting that guy. Right now, all the attackers know their respawns just came out and they're all running towards the point. They don't have to worry about the fort side too much right now, but they got to start pressuring point. Point is getting a little bit of pressure right now. It's looking at it as about 10 to 15%, slowly ticking point, and they're making a little progress. You can see defenders still holding strong on the tree side and a little bit in the rotate. And they lost pressure on the point. They cannot get pressure on this point. This is killing them. They cannot find a way to get pressure on the fort side while getting pressure on the point. And these are some big clumps. They're defenders trying to catch all of Mastah's Pride in these clumps. Some people able to get out, but some people not so lucky. They are dying. They are getting pushed heavily. It is not looking good for Mastah's Pride right now. But check the point out. So defenders right now, they said, hey, I need everybody to clear out this fort side, and then we'll worry about the point side. So yes, the point is ticking at about 15%, but their fort side pushes down. So all the defenders can do is push forward into the point and clear any of the attackers that are still there. Right now, respawns in 7. I could imagine that right now, here in a second, the C point's going to stop ticking. Respawns up in 3. And when you look at that, guys, C point has stopped ticking. It's because they cleared that fort side fast enough to be able to go to that point side before the respawns could come there and reinforce. So right now, C point's still at about 20%. It looks like attacks, they're clumping. Defenders are clumping a little hard there. This is a good push. This is a solid push. This is what you'd like to see. You can capitalize. You can capitalize the rest of this push, and it looks like they're going to. It looks like they're finally making the call to just look at the point. They're making the call to look at the point, and defenders, a lot of defenders are going down right now. A lot of defenders are going down. This is very good. This is very good if you're in a Mastah's Pride position. You need an Oblivion on that clump. Oblivion, it hits. It's a little out, but it's looking okay. It's looking okay. Get the screen down. This is solid. Get an ice wall. He dropped it. Get an ice wall down. Get an orb out. The point is ticking. It's at about 65%. The point is at about 65%. Defenders trying to make a call to get onto that point and stop the ticking. But right now, where's the reinforcements coming from? This is a good call right here. Yarps and Zeb getting hit hard. They are dumb to pumpers, and the point is looking at about 75%. Itchy, Moon, they're all getting caught. Mastermind getting caught. The C point is at about 80%. Defenders are making the call to get on the point, but is it too late? Your side lanes just got hit hard. You have respawn from the defenders coming in, and they're making a mad dash to get to this point, but I don't think they're going to have enough time to. You have about 90%. But they're whittling down before they can get here. They're not a full army. They have a ton of people back here. It's a big scream. This is huge. This could be a determining the game right here. Drop that Oblivion. You got to drop that Oblivion. And it's looking right. It looks like defenders are lowering it. Defenders, moderate expectations, able to lower it, and they were so close. Mastah's Pride was so close to taking that point. And Strat, given the sack attack, they were able to repel the attack. Guys, that might be game. That had to be a game-winning play right there. Unfortunately, it looks like defenders were able to repel that. That was so close. It looks like we have 25 seconds on the respawns, and the respawns from earlier, from the last respawn, it looks like they're going in. You gotta get this point within the next minute or two. You have to. This next push has to be it. This next push, they're getting a couple leeway. They're getting a little bit of kills. You got 10 seconds on the respawn, and a couple of them die. Not a bad time to die considering respawns are up in 5 seconds, but it is looking grim. You have to get this point. That might have been game. It sucks to say, it sucks to see, but that might have been game there. That was so close, guys. We got 4 minutes. They can still do it. I've seen crazier shit happen. They can still do it. The respawns right now, they need big kills. They need big wipes. They need big kills right now. He's going in for the scream. They all know, everybody in this war knows that they have to do it now. Right now is where you have to get the pressure in. And he's out of cooldowns right now. Pop that oak flesh, maybe. You gotta live. You cannot die right now. You need, every kill matters. You need to try and get pressure. They're going for a clump on the fort side. Clump on the fort side down. Getting ice. Getting some ice. Getting Oblivion down. Drops the Oblivion. He's gonna die. I don't see him getting out of this. And what's the respawns? 15 seconds. I'm not sure, guys. Unless Mastah's... Ooh, and that's a big grab, though. That's a big grab, but I don't know if that's enough follow-up. We got 8 seconds left. Ooh, good follow-up there, actually. Good follow-up. Lion Mirror, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. 1 second. Respawns are up. Right now, this has to be it. You can't afford another respawn. Respawns are almost a whole minute at this point. You have to be getting in there. You have to get in those guts, and you have to start taking this point. Mastah's Pride coming out with a 2-point right in the first, I think, 8 minutes. And Moderate Expectation looking scrambled, but able to hold it together on this last point. Right now, they're trying to clear they're trying to make room for their respawns to come in through this rotate. Tio getting them. Eugene, the sack attack menace. We all seen him a couple times already. Oblivion going down. This is a clump, and this is not good. They are not going to make it. Guys, this might be wrapped up. We got 15 seconds left. I'd keep the morale high. Lithy or Lilith or whatever you want to call her going in for his sack too. This man's just eating balls for lunch, breakfast, and dinner. It is not good. Spray machine shooting. Trying to do what he can. Carnage, Good Bruiser there. They're all just watching. They know. Defenders know they are not on the clock right now. Defenders know that they can just watch. They can just watch because they are the ones who have to make the moves. Mastah's Pride is the ones who has to make the moves. And guys, I don't think they're going to be able to catch this win right now, but they could make a statement. Let's be honest. Even if they can't get the win, if they can take this last point, it does mean something still. And LM Kim getting blasted. Maybe has a little bit of that streamer aggro. Not looking good. It is not looking good. Yarp X, we know him. He is a super good ranger. He will shoot you in the heart, and he got LM Kim here. I'm not seeing the point. We got respawns in 20 seconds, but guys, I think this is going to be wrapped up. This is going to be wrapped up. We got 15 seconds left. Again, Moderate Expectations looking scrambled and frazzled in the beginning of this game. They were able to get B off the bat, which is a horrible situation, but it looks like Mastah's Pride are fumbling the bag a little bit on this last point. And I think everybody after this is already in their head thinking, man, remember when we had that point at fucking 95%? That's what people are thinking right now. It's sad. It's a sad reality. I've been there many a times, but that is going through some heads. They're thinking, how could we have played that different? Why did we lose that point? It is happening. Unfortunately, you got a minute and 30 seconds. Let's see if they can try to make a statement here. We're trying to take this last point. Fantastic showing from Mastah's Pride, though. A company that I was not really quite aware of. And honestly, they're coming out. They're showing strong. Moderate Expectations, I remember when I first came here on this server, was talking about how nobody can take points. They want competition, this and that, talking all that good stuff. And Mastah's Pride able to take 2 points off of them. Granted, new patch, so things are going to be looking different. Damn! Lithy getting hit with the combo. You can't teabag somebody and then get wrecked like that, man. Not a good look. No, I'm kidding. We got 50 seconds left on the clock. He's just trying to fuck with him here at this point. At this point, you're spilling blood. You're trying to just get as much kills as you can. Pad those stats. Make it look good. And he's going to be down here right about now. He's rolling around. I think he's out of stamina. 45 seconds. That's a wrap. I think by the time this dude's up, I think it's still over. They're making a valiant effort to push the fort side. It looks like they're trying to push fort side and do what they can. They're getting a lot of damage down, but obviously not too much of it's gonna matter. We got 25 seconds left on the clock. And yes, it is a wrap. Moderate expectations shows out. They are able to defend them on this C point for 23 minutes. 23 minutes, guys. They were able to defend him. Or defend against Mastah's Pride. Hopefully, LMkin gives us a little bit of the scoreboard here. Let us see a little bit of this scoreboard. Spray Machine, Enak, called them out in the beginning. There are pumpers. We got Yart Markaloff up there. Parandor pumping like a maniac. Ninja, Dry Lip, a lot of good names. Bloom like soup. Good showing from everybody overall. It was a good war. You can tell there was a lot of talent in that war. There was a whole lot of talent in the war. It was a really good war. A whole lot of talent. Whole lot of talent going on there, guys. That was a solid war. If I was Mastah's Pride, it is painful to remember the situation when you were on that point and the point was at about 85-90% and you weren't able to make it. That is painful. That right there, I even called it in the moment. I said this is going to determine the game, and it did. If they were able to take that point, they could have had a really good chance at a fort fight, but they were not able to take C point. Again, defenders still strong. Moderate expectations, doing a fantastic job. I thought that they were out, to be honest with you, but they were able to somehow come out in force and able to repel that invasion off that point, guys. So GG's in the chat. Get a GG's out for all these good players here. Everybody did a good time, or everybody did a good job. It was a fun time. Again, thank you, LM Kim, for letting me cast that. Again, maybe show him some love. Drop him a follow for letting us do this. Drop